Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory, Allie Clifton over here, Trudell down the hall, Brez working remotely. Go ahead, big game.
We're in the finals, Gator. Go ahead, Gator. Come on, let's have a little dance because you and I, come on. You and I have been here the longest, man. We got to, come on, Gator.
Should we roll it back?
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
I feel like we're running for a long time, big game.
I'm in the
running for a long time, big game.
It's been a long time.
We did it, big game.
It's been a long time since we've been back to the finals.
Rob, for the people in the back.
Rob.
For the people in the back, Rob.
People in the back.
It's been a long
For
time.
the people sitting 300s.
People in the back, Rob.
Sitting 300s.
Thank you, Lakers.
James, they're going to say
Lakers.
on Twitter, we're not professional. I don't care. For the first time since 2010, the Lakers are headed back to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, when you and I, started this job, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, we were really excited about, being here at Spectrum and getting to the championship and playing in the finals, and never happened. And so, we've been very patient, taking a lot of crap off of people in the city, but we just stayed patient, and here we are. Congratulations to the Lakers. They were poised, calm, cool, and collective, and played some good basketball, and they deserve to be where they are.
Rob, for those of us that played for the Lakers, like you two, that have been here since day one, like you two, for those of us that have covered the Lakers or been fans since the day you were born, it's been 10 years, and to a lot of cities, that's not that big of a deal. We sound spoiled. We are. This is the longest drought they've had, so it feels real good to be back. For someone that's been sitting in that chair since day one, through all the rough years, 17 wins, 19 wins, 27 wins. How's it feel?
It feels awesome. And it feels, for me, it feels so different because James and I are using on that side, now we're on this side.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited because you get to see the joy in people's faces like yours. I don't think people understand how big of a Laker fan you are, and you put your heart and soul into this job, and to be able to have this opportunity to go to the finals and see your team, your heart and soul, make it to the upper echelon and get a chance to bring another title back to the city is great. So I'm just happy to be here and see your face.
Yeah, it's nice. A lot of fans
I know you're excited.
That work here, man, that put their heart and soul into this, and even the ones that aren't put their heart and soul into it. So everyone's really happy sharing it together. Our Dodger crew across the hall keeps running over.
Yes.
And, everyone's on board together. Let's go back to Orlando. The Lakers superstar duo is speaking with Mike.
All right, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, first of all, congratulations on advancing to the NBA Finals. You both said on TNT your work is not done yet, but what does this moment tonight mean to you?
It means a lot. To step close to our goal, obviously you have to win the Western Conference in order to go to the finals. And, being with this team, from day one, the journey and the adversity that we've been through, been nothing but amazing, man. I don't think no other team could go through what we go through. It's a great feeling. We enjoyed it, but we have 4 more left. And, started with you the other night, coming out with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, both ends of the floor, and then taking over in the fourth quarter. It's his time. That's when he's best, and he's told us that. And he got it done for us tonight.
LeBron, usually when we're doing these with AD and Smooth Operator comes on, you're in the background. Of course, now they're playing it now. You don't have to do the dance yet. But what did you see just all season long from AD, man? You were bringing him in with the Lakers, the way that you guys have gone together. I know it's been a special journey as you now advance to the finals.
I think it's growth, throughout the course of the year. Came in very passive. He's a quiet guy in general to start off, but as the season went on and on, you saw his leadership and his demeanor just get more and more powerful as the season went on. Let's just get familiar with everybody, get familiar with the franchise, get familiar with your teammates, the coaches, what we want to do out on the floor, and his game has always been there. But the best part about it, I think, just his leadership has grown over the course of these months. And it's helped us get to the point where we are today.
Hey, Anthony, knowing how hard it is to get to this point now, going through this season, how about LeBron being there 9 out of the last 10 seasons? What does that tell you?
The type of player he is.
To advance to the finals, how can you impart that on the rest of the squad?
It's just all about championship mindset every single day. We come out and play Laker basketball. We defend at a high level. We share the ball offensively. We don't turn the ball over, and we be aggressive, both offensively and defensively. We give ourselves a good chance. Whoever comes out of the East. So we'll watch the game 6 tomorrow. Between Miami and Boston and see if Miami can advance. If not, it'll be a game 7, but we'll start to prepare ourselves for who our next opponent is, and it's going to be difficult. Whichever one comes out of the East, we're going to be very difficult because they're both 2 great teams, very well coached, very well driven. So we look forward to the challenge.
All right, thanks so much, guys. LeBron, Anthony, congrats once again. Enjoy the rest of the night, and then I know it's business from that point on.
Enjoy the rest of the night, and then I know it's business.
Business from this point on is correct. They are going to enjoy this one. As you see the countdown to championship numbers, many the Boston Celtics have. The Lakers are 4 wins away, James. And I got to say this, they are 12-3 in the playoffs. They've won all 3 series in 5 games. And I know you also wanted to mention Bill McDonald and Stu Lance.
Yeah,
Guys that we also
go ahead. Yeah, Stu.
Dedicate the
Stu
show,
and Bill.
too, as well.
That's for you and Bill.
12-3 in the playoffs, winning all 3 series, tough series in 5 games. What can you say about this Laker team up until this point?
Perseverance. They got together at the beginning of the season, not really knowing, all the components and how to play with each other. They had to, create that, gel together. Somewhere around All-Star month after that, they were really playing well. And then the pandemic hit, and then they all had to, take some time off. But I give credit to Coach Vogel, LeBron as a leader, AD as someone who can accept what he needed to accept his role and what he does here. My hat's off to the whole organization. LeBron, the leadership, as Rob stated, pregame, they added some dimensions to the team. Danny Green, Caruso, they got some great support players. And I'm not surprised. It wasn't easy, Houston, Portland, and then the scrappy team, Denver. But what I saw was an experienced team that knew how to keep their poise down the stretch. A lot of leadership on the floor by Rondo. So, mission accomplished.
You see guys there that are going to the NBA Finals for the first time, Rob, and I'm sure you remember that moment well in 1994. Of course, he went there 7 times and went 7-0, so you don't know what it's like to lose. But that feeling of advancing to the NBA Finals, your job's not done yet, but that is a huge accomplishment.
It's a huge accomplishment, but the best thing about that is you have guys on your side that have been there who can give you some leadership, some guidance with that. And because you can be too high, you can be too low, or you try to psych yourself out. But now you got guys like LeBron who's been there. Rondo, a great quarterback, has been there. Danny Green, who's an ear you can bend. So it's very important for these guys to have that open line of communication so they can talk to these guys to tell them, how do I prepare? I know it's totally different because they're in the bubble. It's not like when you're at home, you got people, asking you for tickets or asking you to come, make an appearance or anything like that nature. But it's still, you have to have your mind right. And you got to get in these guys' ears and say, listen, you got to focus and go home and imagine you making shots. Imagine you, getting to the hole. Imagine the plays and doing all these things to get your mind ready, because the physical part is over. From here on out, it's all mental.
It's hard to put into words what this last year has been like. A year ago tomorrow was media day. We all sat with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and this was a dream. And then in January, Kobe Bryant. We all know that tragic day, losing all 9 people, Kobe and his daughter. And then the pandemic hits the world, right? You shut down, and now you're in a bubble in Orlando. It's hard to put into words what everyone has been through. And, there's a lot going on in the world right now, James. We talk a lot about it, but to feel good for a night and for these guys, hats off to them.
Yeah, as you stated, Gita, everything that's going on. Plus, school's not operating at full capacity. There's just a ton of stuff that you would think nobody would be able to overcome that and go down to Florida, away from their families, for a little over a month and a half or however they've been down there.
84 days now or something.
And to be able to sustain that focus. I'm not just the Lakers, but, all the teams went down there and scrapped and played hard. And so it is a beacon of light to have some sports back, something for people to look forward to. And the NBA did a great job of setting up the court, the sound, did the best they could for television. I think people have enjoyed it and got the finals to look forward to.
I do want to show you one thing before we go to an interview. Rob, I want you to look at this. The only two players in Laker history to have a triple-double with over 30 points, over 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. A man named James Worthy in 1988. That was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And the King, LeBron James. And he did it tonight in the 2020 West Finals.
Can I say something on this, please?
Yes, you can.
No disrespect to LeBron, but James is way more impressive to me because the game is not sped up like it is today. So it was walk it down. Even though it was Showtime and James probably, was on that wing filling in, Magic getting to, but James, I have to say, man, that's I'm not just saying this because you're my boy and you're sitting there. That's very impressive to have 36 in that day and age in the NBA Finals.
In a Game 7.
In a Game 7.
That's what I'm saying.
Game 7. And people don't, I don't think people, I want everybody at home to sit back and really think about this. Back then they only took about maybe 60 shots a game. Now they take like 80 shots a game. Mm-hmm. So really wrap your mind and your brain around that, what James was able to accomplish. So James, I love you, man, and I'm just happy I can just do this show with you, man. I've always been a fan.
Must be fun when you, yeah. Get that up, big fella. Hey, man, does it feel good to see that? Does it feel good to see that? LeBron, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my time had come. Kareem was getting a little older. We had not accomplished back-to-back. That was the big thing before winning 3 in a row. So I had to step up. Detroit was a tough team. Just had to do it, man. I didn't even know I had a triple-double. I just know we had to win.
You're balling, man. When you're balling, you don't think about it. You just play.
You know who's great? AC Fresh. Let's go back to Mike. Alex Caruso has come over to chat with him.
All right, well, there he is. It's the player that LeBron James calls the GOAT. Alex Caruso, another big game tonight. But let me just first ask you, what does it feel like, man, to now be going to the finals, which I assume is the dream of a kid like you growing up to get to play on that final stage? How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. To say that I'm not excited right now would be a lie. I'm extremely blessed to be able to play basketball for a living, and then to back it up with playing with the teammates I have and the organization that I am, with the fans I have. It's truly just a blessing, man. I don't take it for granted a day that I wake up.
Alex, it's almost